Hi everyone, welcome to Serenity in Stitches. My name is Christina and I'll be your host today. I previously was finding Serenity in Stitches when I did my YouTube videos, and starting this year I decided to drop the finding in the Serenity in Stitches. It was just too long and it gives me a little more room to write other things in my title, or I just wanted to simplify. So I'm Serenity in Stitches now, just in case you noticed a change and you were thinking, isn't that somebody else's name? Nope, it's me. It's all me. I hope everybody's doing well, is happy and healthy. I know after Christmas, we all got coronavirus. Somebody brought it to Christmas dinner, and a lot of us got sick, which, I kind of feel like, well, it's out of the way. Maybe I don't have to deal with that again. And it really wasn't as bad as I had anticipated. I did a couple of videos as I was cleaning up my and organizing my craft room, and I was out of breath. And so that's gotten a little better. I still feel this little bit of out of breath, and that's okay. I'm sure I'll bounce back. I'm sure I'll bounce. That's okay. I'm sure I'll bounce back completely real soon. I thought what I'd do today is go over my works in progress. I have quite a few of them. At the beginning of every year, it's really nice to take stock and see, okay, where am I at? What have I started? I know a lot of you know how easy it is to start something new and that excitement of wanting to get something done. And I keep feeling it too, but I keep resisting because I do have quite a few WIPs that I want to finish. I heard a couple of people on videos saying something about finish it February. I don't know if that's a thing that somebody is particularly organizing, but I really like that idea. And, I told myself January was going to be a great time for me to take a look at the works in progress I have and see which ones I want to make, which ones I want to just frog and get the yarn ready for another project. And having February, finish it February is going to be really helpful too, because I need a couple months to get through all the works in progress that I have. So I'm trying to think if I have any finished objects. I don't think I do. I think all of the things that I finished were Christmas gifts that I gave out, so I wouldn't have them here. And I think I reviewed all those at my last video, or a couple videos back anyway. So let's jump right in. Some of these WIPs you've seen before, or I said they were finished and I've gone back and decided it's not finished and here's what I want to do with them. Some of them, let's just jump into it. Okay, so the first thing, I do have some piles here in front of me. The first thing is knitting my ranunculus. I knit the ranunculus and it was done, and I even wore it on a episode and everything, but it was just so big. I thought, well, I could keep it like that, but I'm probably not going to wear it very much. So I decided I just tore back to about, well, I ended up going up above this a little bit, and was able to eliminate some of the increasing anyway, I basically ripped back. I had started all over and I got a couple inches done, and I thought, well, why don't I just rip back where I feel like I need to decrease or stop the increases, I guess you could say. And so, yeah, that's what I did. And it's getting there. I just have to go round and round to get the body done. And I'm excited. Once it's done, it will definitely be a sweater that I'm going to want to wear on a regular basis. The next thing, which is a WIP that I had completed this fall, is what is this called? The Joji Locatelli Julie's wrap. It was Julie's wrap, and I had finished, the middle portion of Julie's wrap, and I'll put a picture so you can see what the wrap should look like. And I had done the border. I was probably halfway or a little more than halfway done with the border. And this is knitting. When I just decided, you know what, I don't like how it looks. My increases did not go the way that they should have. I'm not sure what I did wrong in the pattern. So I decided to go ahead and rip back and start the border again. So again, it's another thing that I knitted. I thought, okay, I'm done, and decided, no, I'm not done. I want to love it. I don't want to just, think it's okay. I want to be able it to be big and beautiful. That's something I can throw on if I've chili, or to run out to the mailbox or whatever, just one of my go-to items. So I really haven't done any more knitting on this. It's just been kind of sitting to the side. So that's another thing that I want to finish, is the Julie's wrap by Joji Locatelli. And I had done this this knitting project for her fall cal. She does a fall cal every year, and this year there was less time to do the fall cal. I don't know if she's shortening the times going forward, or if it was just because she had a lot going on or what, but this is going to be a great wrap that I'm going to really love. I know once I get this pattern down for the border, and the border is pretty wide. I'm not sure how many inches, but I thought, I may even go a little further. I don't know. We'll see. But that's another thing that you can expect to see more of, is my once finished Julie's wrap. I'll just go with what we have here. One of the things that I cast on, I can't remember. I'd have to look in my Ravelry. I'm really good about putting notes in Ravelry about the different projects that I'm working on, because I like to remember, what I did when, and if it worked out or if it didn't work out. So if I'm going to go back and make it again, I'll, have that heads up. This is a dog sweater. It's called the Lucky Dog Sweater by Pearl Soho. And this is knit. I guess you guys probably want to know the needles and things. Let's see. Oh. I don't see it. Oh, here it is. This is a US 7. So this is the Lucky Dog Sweater, US 7. And this starts at the tail, and you do a little bit of ribbing, and then you start going up the back of the dog, and then you join in the round and start doing ribbing on the bottom of the sweater up their chest. And I purchased, it's a paid for pattern. I purchased the pattern through Pearl Soho when they had a sale. I think I'd signed up and you get 15% off your first purchase or something. But, I was looking for a good dog sweater, because we have 2 dogs, and one of them, I know I've talked about before, Rocky, he has arthritis. And so I had crocheted him a dog sweater, but it gets stretched out really easily. So I wanted something that, was going to be able to take the stretch and still, hold up. So I'm hoping this will work out with the ribbing up the chest area. And yeah, here's where I'm at. It's a fun knit because it's, it's not a difficult pattern, and it's kind of a mindless knit. And I'm trying it on Rocky as I go, so I can ensure a good fit. I know pit bulls, especially Rocky, I noticed that he's pretty, small when it comes to right above his hind legs, and then it's grows rapidly to his, his big chest. And so yeah, I tried it on him the other day, and then now I'm doing the increases going up the chest area. I'll be trying it on him as I go to get an idea of the fit. And this is this yarn is Cloudborne Superwash Merino worsted Superwash Merino, and that's a discontinued yarn. Let's see, the yarn that going back to the Julie's wrap, this yarn is Mrs. Crosby's Satchel, and I also had some of the same color in Cloudborne Fingering Superwash Merino. So I put those two together to come up with enough yarn to make this wrap. I might as well keep backtracking. My ranunculus knitted sweater. This is Kobu, Lion Brand Kobu in the color olive, and I really love that color. Okay, so those are a few things I'm working on, and let's look around here. Oh, in my one and only project bag that I got from Delightful Works, Susan, I have a sweater that I started. Now this I cast on Christmas Day, and so this was going to be, you know, I told myself after Christmas I'm really going to focus on myself, and I really want to knit things that I love, and I've been wanting to knit this sweater for a while, and this is knitting. The yarn I'm using for this cardigan is Stroll Fingering Weight in Pearlescent Tonal, and Charlemont Valley Yarns Charlemont, which has some silk in it, and merino. So yeah, the two of those held together to make this cardigan. Now the cardigan is, the pattern is by, geez, I'm out of practice. The pattern, you know what I need is flashcards, something that I can just put all the information and have it there until I'm completely done with the project. I might have to look into that. It's called the Girlfriend's Cardigan, and it is by Anka Strick, and she got together with a couple of her girlfriends to make this cardigan. And there's a pattern that you can just purchase her individual pattern, or you can purchase the 3 patterns together as a bundle, and you can see the differences that each girlfriend made of the girlfriend cardigan. So you start with a I-cord, and you work the back area, and then you work down the front. So you can see here, I'm holding it at my shoulders, and it's a garter stitch, so it's knit every row, which is really nice because garter stitch I love. You know, I'm one of those people that don't really care for purling. I'll do it if I have to, but if I have options, I like to just knit. So this is really squishy, the 2 yarns together, and I'm so excited for it. And so yeah, this will hopefully be done soon and I can enjoy it. And yeah, that was my cast on Christmas Day. And what do we have back here? Another newer cast on, because I received, and this is knitting, I got these flexi flips in my stocking, and my husband got them for me, and he's like, what did I get you? And I told him when I opened it. And so I really was excited to try these flexi flips. I've tried knitting socks, especially fingering socks, and they just take so long, and it's not that I get bored. I maybe a little bored, a little impatient, which it's great that knitting and crocheting help me with, you know, practicing my patience. So anyway, back to the flexi flips. I decided to get a size US 4 because I figured I'm going to be knitting DK and worsted weight socks, and the US 4 I noticed is used quite a bit, like with DK socks. So here are my flexi flips, and here is the yarn that I'm holding 2 strands together to make a DK weight. The socks that I'm knitting are called Simon socks, and I'm going to put a picture in here so you can see. And the yarn that I'm using is Cascade Yarns Heritage Prints, and here is a gray and dark gray, light gray, I would say, colors of the Heritage Prints, and I'm holding that double with this colorful Heritage Prints, which has like kind of a orangish, yellow, gray, white kind of colors. And so the two together, I think, are making the cutest socks. Isn't that adorable? And they're going to be nice and squishy, holding 2 strands together. If you're not familiar with flexi flips, they definitely save me time. If you've knit socks and used the magic loop method, basically at the end of each row, and you've got 2 rows going, you have to adjust your needles. And so the idea with the flexi flips is I have 2 needles. I've got, geez, hold on here. I'm a little out of practice. Okay, so I've got 2 needles here, 2 of these little flexi flips, which they're both knitting needles. One's end sharper than the other on all of them, and then they've got this flexible little tube in the center. And so I've got my 2 socks, the 2 sides, one on each flexi flip, and then I use the 3rd one to knit with. And so basically you just put it in, start knitting, knit all the way across. Then this one is in this place, and then you use that one to knit all the way across here. So there's really no adjusting, very little adjusting of your stitches, not at all as cumbersome as the magic loop, flexi flips. Love them. I don't want to lose one. Here we go. Okay, and they come in this nice tube. So yeah, I got US 4, and I may end up getting different sizes because I really like them. And so that's the socks that I have. And I do want to knit socks, and I want to crochet socks. So I'm just experimenting with different ways of doing it so that I can, feel comfortable and doesn't hurt my wrist too much, and, I can go for it. So let's see here. I really started this year, I really wanted to knit or crochet. Actually, I love crocheting blankets. So anytime I'm working on a blanket, chances are it's crochet. So I really wanted to crochet a year-long blanket. Well, I was thinking about doing the Marley Bird one because they do 1 square every 2 weeks. So at the end of the year, you end up with 24 squares. And they end in November, so you have December to put it together and complete, the border, etc. So I was thinking about doing that, and then the more I thought about it, I thought, why am I going to cast on another blanket if I've got several that I still need to finish? So going back to trying to concentrate on my WIPS. So I started a Hexagon blanket that I've made previously as a baby blanket. It is by, okay, I went and got my old phone. Now it is slow as molasses, but it does have all the details in my Ravelry that I can share with you. So the Hexagon blanket, and I'm going to show you some of the hexagons that I have made. And there is a nice pile here already, which is nice. It's by Winding Road Crochet, and it's called the Hubbys Hexagon Blanket. It is crocheted with a 5mm hook, and it is a free pattern. And let's see here. This thing's so slow. So let me show you some of the hexagons I have made. So here is one color, and this is the Lion Brand Jeans yarn, and I love this color. It's called Vintage, and the white trim on all of the hexagons, or most of them, is Hobby Amigo in their colorway. I think they call it titanium now. So that's one. And then I have some that, oh, look, I put these 2 together even. So this light gray is Hobby Amigo. And then this black one here is the Lion Brand Jeans. So I'm using Lion Brand Jeans yarn. This is called Stovepipe, and the Hobby Amigo is what I'm using. Another color is this real pretty kind of wine color, and see the nice flecks in that Lion Brand Jeans yarn. That's how all of the Lion Brand Jeans yarn are. And this is Lion Brand Jeans. What color is this one? It'll come to me, or it may not, but you can look on my Ravelry page. I also have some that are in a mustard color, and this is Curry in Hobby Amigo. And any other colors? I think those are all the colors I have right now, but I have my bag over here. Hold on a second. Let's see. Oh, I have a big old stack. Okay, so this green is a little different from this green. It's a little brighter. This is Hobby Amigo in one of their green colors. And this is the Lion Brand jeans. And so I've got a nice pile of hexagons that I've started, and I just need to finish putting the white trim around, and then I just need to lay them all out, count them all up, and see how many more hexagons I need to make a nice big comfy blanket. Before I started this hubby hexagon blanket, I was looking at a pattern on the Dara Mora's site, and it had these mini little squares. And I had started these mini little squares because I was going to make that blanket. And then as I got into it, I thought, it's not really what I want to do. I want to do more of a granny square blanket or hexagon blanket. And because I loved the baby blanket that I made one of my daughter's friends, baby. They had 3 sisters, each had a baby girl this summer. Isn't that crazy? Crazy. Anyway, so I had started by making these little squares because there were several different styles of these little squares, and you could make them in different colors, etc. And I just didn't want to rip them out. So what I thought I'd do is maybe incorporate these small squares, because the color scheme is there. You've got light gray, and you've got that wine color, and then black, I believe it is, in the Lion Brand jeans. So it's a mix, because I knew what yarn I wanted to use. I just wasn't sure of the pattern. So it's the same yarn that I'm using, and I could maybe add some, make them different colors to incorporate all the colors, or just use this scheme here, that color scheme. And I was thinking maybe I could just place some of the smaller ones around the outer edge, or use them to fill in. I don't know if you've ever put together a hexagon blanket before, but you've got these edges where you can either make half hexagons. So see, here's an edge. If this was the edge of the blanket, I've got that little space there where I can make half a hexagon, or maybe I could incorporate one of these and sew that in on each edge. I don't know. I'm going to play with it, but I'm really excited to get going on this blanket. And, I'm really glad I didn't decide to go dive into another, blanket that was going to take 24 squares. And I'm glad I've decided to concentrate on this, because I love these colors. They're just so inviting to me. And, yeah, aren't they gorgeous? Let's see. I love that green and the curry and the stovepipe and the red. I even did one in curry. No, this isn't curry. This is Curry by Amigo. This one is one of the Lion Brand jeans. And it just didn't quite go with the rest of the colors, so I think I'm going to leave it out. I just made one and thought, well, maybe I'll wait and see. There is a wall hanging that I think would make this color would be gorgeous to hang in my room in a wall hanging with some other colors, but that's a future make that I'll talk about on another episode. So let me put these back. And those big plastic bags that have zippers that your comforters come in? I love saving those because those are perfect for a large blanket project like the one I have going right now. So, okay, another blanket that I'm working on, and I've shared this previously. I started this last summer. Gosh, has it been 2 summers ago? Well, anyway, I'm using a size, there we go. So all these blankets are crochet, just as a reminder. I'm definitely a crochet knitter, definitely do both. So I'm using the Clover hook L, which is an 8mm. These are my favorite. Clover is my favorite hooks. I wish they made bigger ones like this in the metal, But these actually work pretty good. I really haven't had too many problems with it, so I'll just keep going with it. So what I did was I took some of the cream color comfy cotton yarn, and let's see here. So I've got my comfy cotton yarn, and then I purchased some of this low tide yarn when it was on clearance, and Lion Brand has since discontinued it, but I purchased, now that's looking kind of blue, it's more of a greenish, a light, well, maybe not, no, I think that's actually the color. Anyway, I've got this blue, I don't know if this actually has a color name on it, color number 405, but oh, it's called Coast. Okay, so we've got Coast, and this tan is called Driftwood. It's a really nice looking tan color. And then I've got this orange color here in Low Tide, Lion Brand Low Tide. And the orange color is Reef. There's a partial skein there. So yeah, so it's the Low Tide that, that was discontinued. And I love mixing a couple of different strands to see what I could come up with. One of my favorite way to make blankets, and I've talked about this before, is the Amigo yarn, Hobby Amigo. It is DK, and I love holding 2 or 3 strands together. I would always hold 2 strands together, but I've been watching Ginger at Yarn Geek lately, and she puts together, I don't know how many strands. I think one of her blankets, it was 5 or 6. And I thought, oh, I hadn't thought of that. But boy, what a quick way to make a blanket. And so I thought, you know, I should push the envelope a little bit, you know. And so another blanket I've started to hold 3 strands together. Actually, it's a blanket I just finished, and I showed it to you on my last episode. And when I was doing part of my yarn room organization video, and it was a blanket for my daughter. So instead of holding 2 strands of Amigo, I held 3 strands together, and it's just so squishy and yummy, and she loved it. She's like, "Oh my gosh, it's bigger than the last one you made me." Doesn't it make you happy as a crafter, whether you knit, crochet, paint, sew, to give people things that you've made, and when they're so appreciative of it and just love it? She told me, she's like, "I'm a blanket girl, Mom. You can make me a blanket anytime." And anyway, yeah. So this blanket, it's heavy because it's cotton and polyester. And it's those 2 strands held together. I'm using the large hook, and I'm doing a mesh stitch where you single crochet 1, chain 1, single crochet 1. And that's kind of time consuming, but I just love the look of it. Isn't that gorgeous? I just love the look of it. So I was making this for my spare bedroom, and my spare bedroom has kind of become Rico, one of my dog's room. He loves to lay on the bed. I was going to move the bed, but he loves to lay on it, so I'd have to find something else to put in front of the window. So I don't want to stick my beautiful blanket in there if the dog is just going to lay all over it all the time. So I might just keep it in my room for now. Okay, so that's another blanket. So that's 2 blankets. Why do I think I have more blankets? I don't know, but I found another WIP. Okay, comfy cotton. This is nice and squishy soft too. Have you used it before? All right, so my next WIP, I was watching Bag O' Day Crystal, and she made this cute bunny. I almost said bunny, beanie. And you may have seen her video recently. It was just like a week or so ago. And it's front post double crochet, which is one of my favorite crochet stitches. And she showed how it's reversible. You can put it like this, where you see the stripes going horizontally, or you can put it this way where the stripes are vertical. And so I'll try it on. What the heck? So here's the hat. Now I wanted to make this big enough for my husband because I don't wear beanies that often, and he wears them all the time on his days off. So I thought, well, if I make it to fit both of us, then we could share it and it'd get some good use. So I'm not sure if it's going to be big enough for him, and I forgot to have him try it on. So it's kind of holding till he comes home from work, and I can have him try it on. Now the hook that I used is, I got new glasses too, so now I can see what I'm doing, which I'm so happy. My husband got glasses too. Okay, so I'm using the 5.5 millimeter hook, and that's the hook that Crystal used. And yeah, and I'm using Malabrigo Rios, which is the yarn that she used, except she used a different color, and this color is Tormenta, and it's a beautiful blue. Let's see here, there we go. It's a beautiful, like a stone-washed blue. They got the prettiest yarn. And if you find it on sale, sometimes you spend just as much money on luxury yarns as you would on non-luxury yarns, on acrylic, I guess we could say. So this is how much yarn I have left. So I probably have enough to do one more round, I'm guessing. So I'm really hoping that fits my husband. I may need to tear back and pull it out so that I can add another row or two. In that case, I may need another skein of this yarn, and I think I have one that's similar. Let's take a look here. Do I see it? I don't see it. Let's see. Is this it? No, that's more of a purple blue. I have another Malabrigo. Yeah, that's definitely a different color, but I'll figure something out. And because it's the cutest little hat, and it's reversible. And I, like Crystal, would probably wear it, you know, like this, where it's more vertical versus the other way. But yeah, this is super cute. Okay, so that's another WIP I have, and let's take a look here. I have a large basket in the closet behind you, but I hear my kids coming home. They took the dogs for a walk, and so it's probably a good time for me to pause, and I may just call it good, or I may hop back on a little bit later to go through some more WIPs. So stay tuned. Bye.